what's up, guys? Welcome back to Security Guard Command. Sean did a video on vacuums. If you haven't seen the video, go check it out. He explains why he did a video on vacuums. It's pretty smart, actually. He's trying to get his channel out of the trench of algorithm of prediction, trying to get his channel back out so that prediction are a little more stable, I suppose. And it's pretty smart. But he got me thinking about equipment. And he talked about how the vacuum he has is a very expensive vacuum. And, he mentioned that he prefers to go with the cheaper option in the comments. And I'm with him on that. And I think a lot of you guys are of that mindset that why buy $1,000 vacuum if you could buy another vacuum for $100 that essentially does the same thing. And I get it, over the years, the price amortizes out and you end up spending a lot less on a vacuum because that $100 vacuum you're going to replace more often. It's going to break easier. Those Kirby's are like tanks. They don't stop. They keep going. You just got to replace the belt. So with that being said, I wanted to talk about some equipment that I think is very valuable for people in our industry. And one thing is I want to share is your phone, your everyday phone. You carry it with you everywhere you go. It's on with you while you're on duty. And the camera on a phone can be very valuable for many, many things, for gathering evidence, for gathering information or evidence for observe and report. So I think we tend to pull out our phones quite a bit and snap pictures of people and that are up to things, they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing. And we take pictures of vandalism, what have you. And so we use our phones quite a bit. And I think for a lot of us, the temptation is, and a lot of guards I see, they use some of the cheaper phones just because phones do tend to break, what have you. And so a lot of times we end up going with the cheaper phone just because it's, out of convenience, essentially. But the phone that I have now, I have AT&T, and I was able to upgrade. I say upgrade because it's not actually an upgrade. It's you're just basically having a payment plan on a phone. And I got the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and it's like I hate spending money on things. I don't make a lot of money, so affording stuff like this is not necessarily in my budget, but I was able to do a payment plan, so that made it a lot easier. And this phone, the main reason I chose this phone over some of the other phones that are still very, very good phones is that the camera on this phone is incredible. Take a look at this. Here behind me here. Over here, what you've got is a lake here. And when the lake gets a little bit low, these islands pop up. This used to be a town. Before this lake was here, there was just a river coming through here. And that island right here used to be an old town. It was an old mining town in the 1800s. And it was essentially a stop for barges during the gold rush. And this was just like a little stopover town before people went further up the river. And with this island here, that island is exactly, the center of this island is exactly 1 mile from my location right now. And I want you to take a look at what the camera on this phone is able to do. Check this out. So here I'm zooming in with the camera. This camera goes up to 100 times zoom. It's got a 10 times optical, and then the regular 100 times zoom actually is a digital zoom, but the camera is like a ridiculous 100 megapixel camera. So I'm zooming in here. This is a boat out there on the island, and then I'm going to move along over to another boat that's got a couple guys fishing. And mind you, naked eye, you can see this stuff. You can't see much detail with the naked eye here. And then here's the two guys fishing, and here's the shot. This is exactly 1 mile away. This is a half a mile away, and then this shot right here is actually 2.1 miles away from me. So as you can see there, that camera on that phone is incredibly useful for security to capture long-range pictures with some pretty good detail. I mean, if you're only a couple 100 feet away, you can zoom in and get some amazing. You can zoom in on newspaper print and make out what it says from 50 feet away. You can zoom in on signs that are a quarter mile away and read them perfectly. So Very good quality camera, very useful. And I would assume that if you're an investigator, this phone would also be very useful. It rivals a DSLR, and it's in your phone. So there's also a lot of apps available that you can use to help draw out the details of pictures you take, like the Snapseed that I showed you guys a while back, how to like draw out the license plate from a blurry image. These tools like this are very useful, and so I really recommend the Galaxy S22 Ultra for security and investigators, just because it's such a handy device with a really great camera. I get that it's expensive, but you know, there are payment plans out there. There are options, but just wanted to share that with you guys. I love this phone, and I love showing it off. I love showing the camera. Check this out. I took this picture at night, and this is with just the phone by itself. And this was taken with absolutely no special settings. So a tech company that writes articles and blogs about tech loaned this phone to a professional photographer, and they did they asked him to compare the phones against a DSLR, and he took some pictures, and they posted the pictures that are unedited, and the pictures are amazing, and they do rival the DSLR camera, or a professional camera, in the quality and detail. So great phone for taking pictures of evidence, getting high resolution, high detail. Check it out. Go read some reviews, guys. It's a great phone. I highly recommend it. Anyway, hope you guys have an absolutely great day. I'm heading back into work again today. I pulled a extra shift last night, so I'm a little tired, but gotta push through. I'll catch you guys later. Stay safe.